All right, guys, I'm Courtney Bell. We have two other hosts tonight. We have Krista Hunt and Dana Havlick. And then at the end, you guys, we are going to have three coaches share their transformation stories and their why and what made them decide to become a coach. So make sure you stick around. We're going to talk about a few topics for you tonight, including the background about our company, what it is that we do as a coach, how we earn by helping others, and then we'll wrap it up and talk about how you can get started too. I know many of you guys are already in our challenge groups. You're already really connected to our team, whether it be that you're with Dana or you're with Krista or you're with somebody else that invited you here, but we are really excited that you are here. I'm going to go into presentation mode so that we can start our screen share here. So let me do that. All right. You guys see the screen? I can't see you anymore. So Krista, can you see everything? Okay.
Yeah, we just see, I can see everybody's faces, but not presentation mode.
You can't see the presentation?
No, we can't see the PowerPoint.
Sorry, guys.
I just see Zoom is screwing us up.
I know. Sorry, guys. Thanks for being patient with us. Here, let's try this. Oh my gosh.
Should we do a virtual cheers while we're waiting?
Yeah.
Everybody with their drink. Cheers, guys. We're so excited you're here.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Why
You just roll with it.
Giving me so much trouble today.
Just roll with it.
Holy smokes. All right, there's Zoom popping up. Okay, why is this giving me so much trouble today, you guys? Oh wait, here we go. All right, now you can see my screen, right?
Yep.
All right. Maybe. Here we go, you guys. All right. So one thing we'll tell you is that please know that when you're going to sign up to be a coach, you do not have to know all the things. You do not have to be perfect. Clearly, I've been here a while and I still can't figure out how to share my screen. So, all right, guys, this is our kickoff to our virtual cheers here. Thanks for joining us. I'm sure your house looks like mine right now and is a circus. It's 5:30 where I'm at. I'm not sure what time it is where you are, but let's get started. All right, you guys, I want to first kind of really share with you guys about the main piece of this that is so important, and that is the community. And I want you guys to keep in mind as we're talking about all the pieces about coaching is that this really is a team effort. I was very attracted to Team Beachbody because I knew I wasn't going to have to do it alone. I'm one of those people that really likes to collaborate and work with others, and just kind of like going out on my own and doing things by myself seemed really scary, but I knew that we would work together. And so that's such a big part of what we do. And it starts with our challenge groups and really leaning in and connecting with people and making sure that we're cheering each other on. And then as we move over to that coaching piece, it stays the same. We support each other wherever we're at on our journey. We get to do lots of fun things together. Like I pulled out some pictures that highlight some things that we look forward to that, of course, this year is a little bit different and feels like those things have been taken away, but we're still so connected in the community that we share. And so you'll see there's a picture of us on our cruise last year and then at Summit, working out together, and then a little fun that we had on the cruise with some massages. All right, so our host tonight, I'm Courtney Bell, and I have been a coach for almost 7 years. You're going to meet Dana and Krista here soon. I'm going to kick things off and talk to you a little bit about the background of our company, but you guys, I shared with you kind of why I got started and what attracted me to this company. I knew nothing about Beachbody. I had never done a home fitness program. ever. I had never had a sip of a shake. I was a college athlete and those things were totally foreign to me, but I loved seeing people collaborate. I loved seeing that they were working together, and I loved that they were in a growth environment. So as I was following my friends on social media and I felt like I was trapped in a job that just was a dead end and did not have any growth to it, I really, really, really wanted to lean into this because I just needed to feel like I had a space to really evolve and work on myself. I was a tired mom. I was a new mom. I was yawning through bedtime. And I knew that the only way to change that was for me to take care of myself. But tonight we're going to cover quite a few topics. We're going to address some fears and objections. We're going to talk about the Beachbody background. We're going to talk about the role of a coach. Dana's going to cover that for us tonight. We're going to talk about how we earn by helping others. Sharing versus selling is what we talk about, and how we use social media as a tool to expand our reach. And then I will close it down talking about how you're going to get started. But we also have 3 people that are going to share their story. So make sure you stick around and hear their stories, because I think the power in what we do is truly in the transformation. So some fears and objections, and these are common things that we hear, and we always like to lead off these calls kind of like addressing the elephant in the room, because we all had them too as coaches before we finally said yes to this, is, you know, judgment from others. Like, what will my friends think? What will my family think when I'm sharing about my health journey on social media? You guys, the thing is that you have to do this for you. And when you pour into yourself and you fuel your mind with positivity and you surround yourself with these amazing people that level you up, the noise from others really gets much less loud, and you start to realize all the people you're impacting by making these positive changes. A low following on social media, that's another objection we get. You guys, none of us had huge followings on social media when we first got started. We were getting started. It started with, you know, the people you were already connecting with on social media. So it doesn't matter about how many people follow you currently. It's a matter of you finding your story and sharing it, and your social media following will grow. Some people will say they don't know what to say because their life is boring. You guys, you don't have to have like a really sad story to get started with coaching. You don't have to have like a rags to riches kind of story. You just have to be you. Boring life might feel boring to you, but to somebody else, it's very relatable, and it's parallel to the life that they are leading and that they are doing. So those are really just things that we tell ourselves that prevent ourselves from really getting started. And another one is, I'm not at my goal weight. You guys, we can't stress enough the importance of getting started and letting people follow you along the journey. When you allow people to see from your start to your growth, to the middle, to the end, you know, our journeys never really end. It's ongoing, because this is a lifestyle. While you might be on a fitness journey to lose weight, and you might reach your goal weight, and you will reach your goal weight, we want people to see how you grow and evolve beyond that too. I've been a coach again for 6.5 years. I've been at my end goal weight for 6.5 years. I did not join for a weight loss goal, yet that hasn't stopped me from allowing people to follow me along the journey of, you know, not wanting to be the tired, exhausted mom anymore, wanting to be the mom that wanted something for herself, something, the space on the internet that gave her such joy. And so with your story, you'll find a way to connect with people and let them into your life. So Beachbody, what's really funny is that a lot of times people will say, well, what do you do? And I'll say, I'm a coach with Team Beachbody. And they'll say, I have no idea what that is. And I will say, yes, you do. You probably recognize programs like P90X or Insanity or 21 Day Fix. And they'll say, well, yes, I know what those are. And the thing is how we got started. We were an infomercial-based company, meaning that we started with VHS tapes and DVDs, and you would find us at 2, 3, 4, 5 in the morning when there wasn't really anything being broadcast, and that's how we got started. Our CEO, Carl Deichler, had an idea that he really wanted to take extreme home fitness and bring it into people's homes. And that is something that nobody had been doing. And it was really on this, the brink of being something that was really popular. And so he leaned in, and people laughed at him and thought he was silly and thought it would be a dead end road, but it wasn't. And it became something really huge. So while we started with just being a home-based infomercial company, in 2007, we transitioned over to the Coach Network because what we found was there were people buying DVDs and VHS and doing them at home, but nobody was tracking their progress. Nobody was helping them. Nobody was seeing their results. Like the results were coming in because people were submitting their results to the Beachbody Challenge, but there was no tracking, there was no connection. But there was this message board. And so people would log in and ask their questions about nutrition plans or about their programs or about modifications. And there were people there that were answering questions. Well, our CEO thought, these people have a need. They have people that answer their questions. What if we created the role of the coach and we connected them to somebody to help them gain access and more information and just really like take them under their wings and provide accountability and support. And that was the birth of the Coach Network, and it became a network marketing company. So we started with direct sales, and then in 2007 we launched into the world of network marketing, and that really kind of gave us the platform once social media became a place where people were really connected, were really, leaning in and building relationships. Social media was to our advantage, meaning that we now had a platform to share our story and reach more people. Social media helped us reach people beyond just those that we could get on the phone or those that we could see in person or talk to in our neighbors. And while those are still people that you are going to help as a coach, social media allows you to reach people you haven't seen in 5 years by sharing your story and sharing what you're up to. And so social media allowed our company to completely change the course of how we were doing things. No longer, having these meetings in hotel rooms to talk about the coaching opportunity or talk about challenge groups or just relying on infomercials and people that would see it on TV. We now got to take individual people, share their story, and be able to reach more people. And then in 2016, we changed the course of everything again, and we got rid of our VHS and our DVDs, and we really went into the digital space, meaning Beachbody On Demand is now all digital. So as long as you have internet access, as long as you can plug in and you can be connected, you have access to all of our tools. This meant that there were way less restrictions or objections from people because we could keep you connected. You could travel and you could take your device and you can take your computer and you can have exactly what you need. You don't need to have a DVD player. You didn't need to have your VHS tapes, which I know are pretty obsolete now anyway. But it really helped us, again, take the course of, starting here and continue to grow. We are $1 billion company and we continue to grow. And with especially the season that we're in now with quarantine and gyms being closed, our need is greater than ever. We've had about a 600% increase in those that are streaming our programs, which is huge. Okay, Dana, if you don't mind for 1 second, I'm just going to stop sharing and make sure there's nobody that's in the waiting room and let them in. Sorry, guys. I know this is a little disconnected, but I'm not really sure why it wouldn't reset for me. So let me do this. And then Dana.
Did you by any chance change the password when you were messing in the settings?
No.
I have people that say that it says their password's incorrect.
All right. I just let 25 people in.
Holy cow. Okay. Maybe it'll work now.
That were in the waiting room. So, yeah, apologize, guys. All right, I'm going to go back to screen share, and Dana, you can kick it off. Are they in now, Dana?
I don't know. They just messaged me and said it keeps telling me my password's incorrect.
Password should be coach for this meeting. I did not change that. It was just you guys, Zoom did an update when all the schools started using, we've been Zooming since before Zoom was like a thing people knew about, but when all the schools started using Zoom, they required you to use passwords, which is great. It should be password protected. But in doing that, it updated my Zoom that had been established and erased all my settings. So, but I don't know. Everybody here now that was in the waiting room?
I think they're still popping on because there's a lot.
Oh my gosh. Apologize, guys.
On my Zoom, I turned the waiting room thing off.
Yeah, and I did on my phone, but I didn't do it from the computer. So I don't know if that's where the disconnect was. Okay. All right, so they're now in. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys, thanks for being patient with us.
We're new to this. No.
I know. You know what? But honestly, you guys, I hope that what you take from this is that it's okay to be imperfect in the process, because it's, you know, this is life. All right. Dana, take it away.
All right, guys, I'm going to talk about, I'm unmuted, right?
Yep, you are. I'm going to mute myself.
I'm going to talk about what we do as coaches. So the very first thing we do is we lead from the front. And what I mean by that is that we have to be pretty much the ultimate challenger. So if you're not a coach, yeah, I know we have a lot of coaches on this call, and you're a challenger every single day, and you are committed to a nutrition plan, and you're doing it for this calendar, and you're going to complete it from start to finish. Go figure, right? He comes up here with my shirt. So you are that challenger right now. You are the perfect coach, because that's exactly what we do. We lead from the front. We show people the way, and we are literally the ultimate challenger. And your first step into coaching is to have a success story. Take before pictures, and when you complete it, take your after pictures. That is all part of what we do. You have to have results to share. And in coaching, that's what we call being a product of the product. We have to show people that the tools and resources that we talk about all the time actually work. And the only way you can tell people that they actually work is to use them, start to finish on a program, plug into nutrition, and get results. Can you guys hear me? I can see the chat blowing up. I just want to make sure.
It's better now. It was sort of like in and out with feedback, but you're good now. And somebody wasn't muted, so I muted them.
Did you hear Max yelling at me for water?
Hey guys, that's okay. Mine are outside building a snowman. They'll probably be in screaming at me soon.
Then as being a coach, it is going to help you be more accountable to your own journey. And I actually said this on many of my team calls where I'm like thanking my team for being there, because if I wasn't a coach, I have no idea where my life would be right now. Like, I could be 20 pounds heavier. I could be back in my starvation mode that I was before coaching. I don't know. But coaching has allowed me to stay on track with my goals through it all, through the last 4 years. I've been a coach for 4 years. And as I think back, I'm like, if I would have joined as a challenger and not a coach, would I still be here? Would I still be working out in my basement? Would I still be eating right now? And honestly, I'm not sure if I would be. I would probably be starting myself getting lazy once again like I was before. So it's actually helped me more accountable to my own journey than ever before.
Sorry, it's kind of like the feedback again. Is your phone near your computer?
Yeah.
Did you just move it away? I don't know if it's like picking up feedback.
So is my beer can.
I mean, maybe that's it. That might be the new the piece in the puzzle, right?
Can I get the screen share off the screen?
Yeah.
I have other things open. Let me close them. Hold on. Okay, let's try this again.
Okay. Going into share mode.
All right, so that was leading from the front, being the ultimate challenger, having some sort of transformation. Your transformation can come in many different ways, but just having a transformation is what matters. The second one that we do as coaches is we provide support. We help other people get started on their journeys with the tools and resources that we have seen change our lives. So when I signed up as a coach, I had, just like Courtney, I had never done a fitness program. I had never tried Shakeology. I just knew I needed something. And I had a team of people supporting me. And so that piece to the puzzle is it for everyone. And we need to have coaches to do that, to give people support and guide them through their journeys. And honestly, I like to say that we're cheerleaders, even though I was never a cheerleader, but that's literally what we are. We are cheerleaders. People comment in our challenge group about things they did in their workout that I did 5 push-ups on my toes, and we all cheer them on like cheerleaders would. So That's the second role we do, is we provide support. The third one, we provide online spaces for support. This is what you guys are probably in right now, a challenge group. The challenge groups are a safe place. Can you guys hear me? Because my computer just told me my speaker is not working.
It's like crackly. It almost sounds like you have poor connection. It just keeps going in and out, not always. It just says my speaker is not working. That is weird. I've never had it say that before. Is it Friday the 13th or just
what is happening? This is what I get for drinking at 4:30. All right, I'm just gonna keep going. I'm sorry if it cuts in and out. I have no idea. Can you hear me now? All right, accountability. We provide the groups. That's the groups everybody's a part of. Those places are safe places for people to go, knowing that every time they log into that group, they are going to be inspired and they are going to be motivated and they are going to get support. So we provide those groups for people. Right now, the groups are generally on Facebook, but Beachbody is coming out with a whole new realm of groups that we are going to be using in the next month or so. So you can learn about those as the time comes. Next slide, Courtney. All right, now the basic daily tasks that we do as a coach. These can be different based on your goals and the things that you want to accomplish. So the bare minimum, I would say, for a coach to get started and actually work the business is 1 hour a day. Now, if you have bigger goals and bigger dreams, you most certainly can work more than that. And as you go through the systems and go through the rankings and all of that, your time that you spend working will go up. Like, as a new coach, you'll probably work an hour a day because that's what our tracker allows you to do. And that's what I did, honestly. And I did it in the pockets of my day. But now that I'm a leader, because I have more things to do. You will use a daily tracker, as I just said. And what the tracker does is it keeps you on task with what you should be doing as a coach. So it'll tell you to share on social media and you check. It'll tell you to invite to your challenge group and you check. It just keeps you on task. And when you are doing these things, you're doing them sometimes in the pockets of your day. So when I started coaching, I was a full-time home daycare provider. So I worked in the little power pockets of my day. That is how I got to where I am today. Honestly, I worked from the toilet sometimes. Like that's just the way it works as a mom. And there were times I'd get up before my workout and I'd get some work done while I drank my Energize. Like, I snuck my work in wherever I could. And now that this is my full-time job, I still sometimes have to work in power pockets of my day, but a lot of the time I can make it all happen during nap time or make it all happen at 5 in the morning when I get up earlier to get it done. So you will have to decide what your day looks like and what your power pockets look like to get work done. All right, Courtney, next.
All right. So I'm going to talk to you today about how we earn by helping others as a Beachbody coach. And I'm excited to talk to you guys about this today because I am probably about 4.5 years into the business, and maybe like some of you, when I became interested in joining my very first challenge group, I was chasing a pair of jeans. I was 4 months postpartum with my son, Eli. He's now 5, and part of the zoo upstairs. If you hear it, I'm like hiding in my basement and I can hear screaming, and somebody peed their pants. I'm hoping it was a 3-year-old who's potty training. So it's chaos here. But I started when Eli was 4.5 months. And I was chasing my pre-pregnancy jeans. But you guys, I was really chasing self-love. I needed to change from the inside out. I can remember, being like 11 or 12, very vividly laying on my mom's lap in her bedroom crying because it was going to be swimsuit season. And so when my son was born, I knew that that was that first time that I had that nudge to really make a change. And so while I was chasing that gene size, I was also chasing much more. And very quickly, by leaning into this community and by being, you know, a part of such a positive growth environment, within months, I'm talking 2 months, I knew I had to become a coach and pay this forward because I had seen such a change in myself. And I quickly realized that this was the opportunity for me to live my healthiest and happiest life, help others do the same, and potentially earn additional income for my family. And I will never apologize for that, because what we are doing is work. It's fun work. It's our fun job, and we get to help others. The basis of what we do as coaches is serve others. We are servant leaders. We are helping them change their lives. And yes, because of that, there is a transaction that happens. So there's a couple different ways we earn money as a Beachbody coach. One of that is through direct sales. So we earn 25% commission off selling any type of product that we offer you guys. We have top-notch fitness programs, nutritional tools, we have performance line, we have our Beachbody collagen. We have so many amazing products, and you will earn 25% off those sales when you do help people get started. And here's the thing, you're gonna earn that 25% off that initial sale, but what's gonna happen is you are then going to surround them, and you are gonna help them transform, and they're gonna fall in love with their product, and they're likely going to wanna continue on. And so each month, you will also earn that additional 25% commission, not just off that initial sale, which is really awesome. You will also earn 40% on Beachbody On Demand subscriptions. So we have a couple different subscription options, you know, 3 month, 6 month, 9 month, 12 month, or not 9 months, I'm sorry, we don't have 9 months, but 3 months, 6 months, and 12 month, and you will earn 40% off those subscriptions. Again, that's at that initial sale, but then each month or each year after that, or each time they renew. And then there's also a challenge pack bonus. So this isn't a straight 25%, but our challenge pack is really our ultimate solution. Maybe many of you have gotten started with this as well. And it combines our Beachbody On Demand with either our nutrition tool, Shakeology, or our performance line. I'm drinking my Energize right now, but this is our plant-based, all-natural pre-workout. And our muscle recovery drink, Recover. So that comes as a pack and kind of our ultimate solution and best bang for your buck. So there is a challenge pack bonus that you will receive when you help somebody get started with that. That bonus is going to depend on how much that challenge pack is. So it starts at anywhere from like $40 for a challenge pack that's about $140, all the way up to, I believe you can earn $100. The higher those packs go up. The second way I want to talk about is team cycle bonuses. And this is really awesome, you guys, because as you start, you know, in your coaching journey, and I'm going to talk about sharing versus selling in just a minute, but you're naturally going to be sharing with others what you're doing. I know for me, I instantly saw this change and wanted to scream it from the rooftop. And we're naturally sharing with my friends and family. And people were coming up to me and saying, what is it you're doing? I want to know, and I want to be a part of that. You just seem to glow. You know, I had a few that said, you know, you look great. Your pants are fitting better. And so they also signed up to be coaches for that additional accountability. You do get a discount on your products as well, you guys. And so you get a 25% discount as a coach on your products. So people wanted to join even for that discount alone. So as you begin to lead your team and you activate your business center, that's when you have 2 coaches joining your team. So when you have 2 coaches joining your team, you have the opportunity to activate this entire different business center where you will get team cycle bonuses. And this means this is where we come together as a team, you guys. Teamwork makes the dream work. And so as a leader, you are going to be helping those coaches who sign underneath you, and the coaches that sign underneath them and underneath them. You're going to be helping them grow their businesses and continue to transform because you're still their coach as well. And Beachbody does reward us with team cycle bonuses. And this is dependent on your rank, how much you will get. But it starts at $14 and it goes up to $18. And each product that we have has a volume point connected to it. And so the more volume your team of coaches underneath you and their team of coaches, the more volume, the more people they help, the more people they bring on, that volume all goes into your team cycle bonuses, where your payout is determined based on your current rank. Again, anywhere from $14, $16, or $18. And this is where some real income growth opportunity begins. Other things that can happen as far as earning opportunities, we do have those team cycle bonuses are paid out weekly. So you'll get those weekly, but we do have the opportunity for quarterly bonuses based on your rank. Again, what happens is 4 times a year, Beachbody Corporate will look at the total sales, and dependent on your rank, it starts when you start, building your team. You will have the opportunity to take that and those entire sales. They'll take 2% and they'll divide that up between the different ranks. We also have different, you saw the pictures of the Beachbody cruises and the different retreats. That is another opportunity for you to be rewarded when you are really growing a business and you are surrounding others and you're helping them see results. Our company rewards you by sending you to these amazing different leadership retreats. And we have a Success Club trip every year. This trip was it Punta Cana this year? Punta Cana was canceled this year, but we have one in line for my Riviera Maya next year, which is an awesome opportunity. Again, just kind of another reward as a Team Beachbody coach. Do you want to go to the next slide for me? Okay, so sharing versus selling. I am looking at the clock, you guys. We hear a lot, I don't want to be a salesman. I don't want to feel salesy. Well, neither did I. Just like Courtney and Dana, I had no sales experience whatsoever. I am a former school counselor. And through, my hard work transforming on myself and helping others transform, I was able to come home to my kids and, insert the income disclaimer, but I was able to come home with my kids because of this Beachbody opportunity. And I have never once felt like a salesman. I have been a helper. I've been an encourager. And I do share my story on social media. I share my story in person, and it really is just a natural extension of what you're already doing. You heard me say already, I wanted to share it from the rooftop, and that is something that, for the first time ever, I had found a nutrition and fitness tool that literally changed my physical health, but most importantly, my mental health. And I naturally wanted to share that with others. It's just like sharing, how many of you share your favorite workout clothes or your favorite jeans, or, when you find a restaurant you like, you share that with others because you want them to feel as great as you do, or you want them to be a part of that. And that's what I consider what I do with sharing on social media. And so I have never once felt like a salesman. And in fact, it's never, and you'll hear this a lot, especially with this team of ladies, you guys, this is a special, unique group. Like, this is an amazing community, but we're always putting the needs of our customers in front of our own needs. And that's going to make you feel really great at the end of the day about what you're doing. You're not going to feel like that, stereotypical, and I can say this because this is like what the business my family is in, but you're not going to feel like that stereotypical used car salesman, right? Like, you are truly helping others. And it is so, so amazing. And that's what sharing is versus selling. You're sharing what works for you, and you want others to be a part of it. Posting on social media, you guys, you don't sign up to be a Beachbody coach and the next day, start spamming your newsfeed or spamming your social media with stock photos of Beachbody. That's not what we're going to encourage you to do. I use social media as a tool to really relate to others, to let people into my life, to not really see, I don't, necessarily want to share so much with them what I'm doing. They will see like what I'm doing, but I don't talk about products. I don't necessarily talk to them about that. What I want them to see is why. I want them to see how I'm changing every day, how I have more energy to get up first thing in the morning and take time for myself, and how that makes me feel so much more present for my family the rest of the day. I want to share my ups. I want to share my downs. I want to share everything in between because it has literally transformed my life. And so on social media, it's not about the products. It's about what it has done for my life and the life of other people. And I use social media as a tool to expand my reach and to have people connect with not Krista, the Beachbody coach, but Krista, the wife, Krista, the mom of 5 and 3, and I can hear them screaming upstairs. You know, Krista, the self-love warrior who has literally just embraced confidence and takes it one day at a time, even when there are downs. I pick myself back up because this community of ladies you see right here doesn't allow you to stay down. And so yes, there's incredible income opportunity with this business, but you're gonna see that that's just a small piece of it when you're really here. That's all I got.
I was typing in the chat. I was commenting, mommy, mommy, mommy. And then I sent that like privately to somebody that's on here, but I meant to send that to the whole group. All right, guys, I posted in chat, but in case you didn't see the chat, if you are not enrolled as a coach yet, could you please type that in the chat so we have your name? And then Krista or Dana, if one of you could put all those names on a piece of paper. At the end of our presentation here, I'm going to have a little giveaway. I've got a $25 Lululemon gift card to send to somebody. So comment below. And if you are not a coach on this call, please type your name in the chat. And Krista and Dana, we can pick a winner at the end, or whoever wants to take that. All right, guys, I'm going to keep moving here. I know, thank you guys again for your patience through our technical difficulties, but let's talk about how to get started. Okay, so you're ready to go. You want to get started. I hope that what we have explained to you so far lets you know that this is not about being at the end. This is about taking people along on the journey. It's about connecting into our community. It's about having a deep desire to help yourself, but also have an increased level of accountability for yourself, you guys. There is no better level of accountability than putting that coach in front of your name and not feeling like you have to like leap out in front of people and like lead them, but walk with me, lock arms, let's do this together. So I want to talk to you a little bit about how you can get started. The coolest thing about our company is that you will not have to carry any inventory. You're not going to have to host parties every month. This is truly about your own journey. So when you enroll as a coach, if you've already purchased the challenge pack, a challenge pack is when you got Beachbody On Demand and you bundled that with either Shakeology or a performance line, or you did all of it. That's called the challenge pack. And when you did that, the cool thing is that your $40 enrollment fee is going to be reimbursed to you. You will pay it, we'll send you a form, it'll get reimbursed. If you've never purchased the challenge pack, then what we would encourage you to do when you do enroll is to enroll with the challenge pack. And the reason for that is that's going to give you access to Beachbody On Demand for an entire year, plus connect you to our supplements. We want to make sure that we're helping you complete the entire package for helping you on your wellness plan. And that's going to look different for everybody. So your coach will help you figure out what is the best step for you. You can also just pay the $40 fee if you want to get started. It is reimbursed or waived with a challenge pack. So just keeping that in mind. As coaches, we do have a $15 monthly business fee. This is a very, very small fee that we pay every month that covers our websites, covers coach relations and customer support, tech support, covers tons of training materials and marketing materials. It's a very small fee to cover your websites. If you were going to go out and start a business and create a website and pay a host fee, you're talking thousands of dollars. $15 a month is your business fee. We also save 25% on all of our products. So in the event you want to sign up as a coach and you really are just interested right now in the discount, if you're drinking Shakeology, you're saving $20 a month on Shakeology. So it's kind of a no-brainer. We call those coaches more of discount coaches. But regardless, you still have the coach label there. And if somebody were to say, what are you doing? How could I do it too? You have the ability to help them get started. And that's how your team leans in and helps you. You guys, we make sure that you have all the tools you need. So don't be nervous about what would happen next. We got you. After you would enroll as a coach, you plug into the team page and your challenge group. Many of you are probably already plugged into a challenge group. If you're listening to this call and you've never been in a challenge group, then what will happen likely is your coach first will plug you into the challenge group, because the journey always starts with you. We want you to get started, to start working towards your goals, and then start sharing when it feels right and authentic and you're ready to go, and your coach is going to guide you along that way. And then you'll share your journey. If you've already been in a challenge group and you've already seen some incredible things happening as being part of that group or using our products, start sharing your journey. Again, we will show you how to do that. It doesn't look the same for any two coaches. Social media is a huge tool that you can use, but honestly, you guys, the most impact you can have to get started is within your own home, with the people that you love the most, your friends and your family. If you're someone like me, where your friends and family were like, good for you, but no thanks, you can reach out to your friends and other people that were going to want to join you. Social media for me was such a huge tool in building my business, and it will be for you as well. But share where you are now. Don't wait until you're where you want to be, you guys. That's not really a way we want you to lead your life. We want you to live every day to the most and just take every day for what it is. Have your goals that you're working towards and talk about them, because you will inspire others. Okay, you guys. One other thing I do want to mention, let me go back to this just for 1 second, is if you are military, if you are active military, or you are the spouse of active military, or you're a reservist or a veteran, that $15 monthly business fee is waived. So something to really keep in mind, if that is something that's motivating to you, or you're kind of on the fence about coaching, that fee is waived for you. That's a way that we give back to our service members. And that also, well, kind of random, but it's their state law, also applies to North Dakota residents. That $15 business fee is waived in the state of North Dakota. All right, so you guys, tonight we're gonna kind of start wrapping up things, but we've got 3 amazing speakers on this call that are going to share their stories with you. Hold on, I've got people in the waiting room, let me admit them. I wanted to make sure that our speakers were here. But you guys, so much of what you're gonna do as a coach is working on yourself, helping others reach their goals. And so we've got 3, these are all coaches. We've got 3 coaches on here that started in challenge groups. They're going to share their story with you, because the story is what is the most powerful piece. And if you're like me and you thought, this is really overwhelming, I'm really nervous to do this, you guys, all the fear went away when I helped my first person feel as amazing as I was feeling. I didn't care anymore about what people thought, because I thought, if I could just help one person feel as amazing as I was feeling, to be more present in that 1 hour a day they have with their son, then I would have won. Like that was a win for me, right? So I'm going to start with Kate Stevens. Kate, you can just take yourself off of mute and we'll turn it over to you.
All right. Hi, everyone. So excited you're all here. So just a little bit about me. I started coaching just over 2 years ago, but I've actually been in and out of the Beachbody world for 6 years, because I've always been somebody that starts something and stops something. I could never stay committed. Anyways, a little bit more about me though. I am married to my high school sweetheart. We've been married for almost 4 years. We have 2 beautiful kids. Caleb is 2.5. Addie just turned 1 this month. And they are the biggest reason I got started. When I first got started 6 years ago, I was just kind of getting ready for my wedding. I wanted to do a program. And when I got started, it was, you buy a DVD, you get your pack of Shakeology for the price of what you get now. So I probably actually have, I think 4 or 5 different programs on DVD, which if you add it all up, it's a ridiculous amount of money that I've spent. And now you get so much more for that little price. Anyway, so I started back 6 years ago get ready for my wedding, started, stop. 2 years ago, my little guy was 6.5 months old, and I was kind of looking for a way, kind of what everybody has explained. I was exhausted, new wife, new mom, just bought a house, like trying to just like survive. But I wanted to be present in my son's life. I mean, being a mom was everything I ever dreamed of. And so I wanted to make sure that I was like living in the moments and not just letting it pass by. So he was the biggest reason I got started. The other reason I decided to get started is because I struggled so much with loving who I was, believing in myself. I cared so much about what other people thought. And I, like, even my husband could say, like, he thought he could tell that I was hurting. Something just wasn't, and it should have been the happiest time of my life. So that's kind of why I got started. And honestly, it was like, I was a Sunday. I said to my husband, I said, I have to make a change. We popped in one of our DVDs, and that day, my coach reached out to me that single day and was like, you should join my challenge group. I think this will really help you. And I joined, and I never looked back. And I was not even 2 weeks into the challenge group, and I said, I think I want to take on coaching, because I've always been somebody that starts and stops. And if coaching could hold me accountable to my own journey, because that's what's most important, is doing this for yourself first, then why not give it a try? And if I could earn extra income to pay for my products, to have date night with my husband, to buy diapers for my baby, like, just those little extra things was going to be huge. So that's how I got started. And honestly, I'm going to say the reason I've been able to stay committed, because like I said, I'm somebody that's always started and stopped. The reason I've been able to stay committed is because of coaching. Because not only am I now doing this for myself, and I am the healthiest I've ever been now postpartum twice. My husband and I do this together. This is how we date a lot of the time. And the fact that I get to help people who were in the place that I once was, not loving myself, struggling with that postpartum depression and losing that postpartum baby weight, wanting to feel alive again and not be exhausted. The fact that I get to help people feel that way, get out of feeling that way and feel the way that I feel now, it just makes it all worth it. So I honestly have to say how this has really changed my life is, like I said, it's gotten me to the healthiest I've ever been twice. I was not a healthy pregnant lady the first time around. Second time around, I was able to stay healthy throughout my second pregnancy, bounce back much faster. I have so much more energy. I get up at 5 a.m. every day, even when, like last night, my baby was up till midnight, and I was still up at 5, because that's my me time, and that's what makes me feel better, and that's the best way to start my day. And so I'm so thankful for this opportunity. I honestly wish I would have had this opportunity handed to me sooner, because it's amazing. It has 100% changed my life, and I will be forever grateful. So that's kind of my story.
I love it. Thanks, Kate, for sharing. All right, next up is Casey. Casey, you can just unmute yourself and share your story.
Hi, everybody. My name is Casey, and Dana is my upline coach. She is who I got started with. A little background on me. I am a girl mom of 2. My oldest is 6, and my youngest is 2. I am married to Tyler. He, like Kate, we are high school sweethearts. We've been married for 4 years. It'll be together for, oh my goodness, 13 years come August. My God, that makes me feel so old. Like, how are we old enough that we've been together for 13 years? But yeah, so now I lost track of where I am. Oh, I am an in-home daycare provider, and I am also a health and wellness coach. I got started the end of April 2018. So I'm almost to my 2-year anniversary on this. And like I said, I got started with Dana. How I got started with her, we actually worked at Menards together, like back in the day. I graduated high school and moved to Des Moines, and that's when I started working at Menards, and she was a friend, a manager, and so when it came time for me to start, she had reached out to me a couple of times, and I was actually one of those people who, even though like I knew her in the past, I ignored her for a while, and I was like, nope, not doing it. You're not gonna get me. And then finally one day it was probably about 8 months postpartum with my youngest, and one day I just decided to message her, and I was like, whatever I need to do, like, sign me up. I need this. I'm all in. I'm ready to go. I signed up as a discount coach because I knew if I was going to start working on myself, then that meant that I had to use the products that I saw her using. And I was like, well, I don't want to pay full price for them, so I might as well start for the discount. So yeah, I initially signed up as a discount coach. And like I said, I was 8 months postpartum, and just at that point in time in my life, it was really an all-time low for me. I was more depressed than I had ever been because I was more overweight than what I had ever been. And, even though I had my husband and I had my kids, being an in-home daycare provider, I mean, you're with tiny humans all day, you don't have any interaction. And all of my other friends, worked outside of the home. And, it's almost easy to like get forgot about, I guess you can say, like when you stay home. And that's how I felt. I just kind of felt forgotten about by all of my friends, and I just kind of felt alone, and like I didn't really have anybody there for me. So I mean, even though I was in my own little shell and depressed, and I basically just kind of lived every day to make it till bedtime, to where I could like crawl back in my bed again and continue to like hide from the world. I think really deep down what I was craving was community, and women around me that were going through the same thing, that I could talk to about it. And so, like I said, I signed up the end of April, started that first month off really super strong, and then June 3rd hit. And June 3rd, I got woken up about 1 a.m. From a phone call from my high school best friend. And she, I answered the phone, and right away, she didn't say hello. She was just like, "Where's Tyler? There's something wrong with Tyler, and you need to go find him." And that's when I realized like he wasn't in bed with me, and I was like, okay, what is going on? Like I was so confused. And so I jump up out of bed and I run into the kitchen, and he's standing there with a bottle of pills in his hands, and he's just crying. And that was the first time that I've ever heard my husband tell me that he didn't want to live anymore. And I had no idea. He's what I now know, or he was what I now know is what is classified as a functioning addict. He was a great dad. He was a great husband. He went to work every day. He took care of himself. He, did the yard. He did everything that, a normal husband and father would do. But on the inside, he was really suffering. And I had no idea. And I'm sorry, I told myself I wasn't going to cry. So I had no idea that on the inside that he was struggling this bad. So that happened the early morning of June 3rd, and then by the 5th, he was gone. Luckily, we were able to get him into an 8-week inpatient treatment facility right away. And so for the first time in about 10, 11 years, I was left by myself. And not only was I by myself, but I was a parent to my girls by myself. I had never, him and I moved from high school together into an apartment. So we've always been together. And so for the first time we were apart, and I was being a mom by myself. And after he left, probably about a week after he left, I had already scheduled to get all of my wisdom teeth out. So I had that done. And then exactly that next Friday, I awoke and I was in horrible pain later on that afternoon. I went to the ER, found out I had to have an emergency appendectomy because my appendix was about to explode. And then, so went in there Friday night. Saturday morning, they released me from the hospital. I was recovering that following weekend. It just happened to be Father's Day weekend, and it was the first time that we were able to go see Tyler. We get on the interstate to go see him, and my car just dies. And at that point in time, I just kind of threw my hands up in the air and was just like, okay, universe, like, you win. I can't take it anymore. And it was at that time that I also just just something inside of me was like, even though you don't know the women in this community, you need to lean into them and you need to tell them what is going on in your life. And thank God that I did, because that saved me. And the women on this team saved me, because they were there for me when my husband, my best friend, when he couldn't be, when he was off taking care of himself and getting better for himself and for our family. I had women that I could lean on to better myself so that I could also be better for when he came back, and I could be better for my girls. So really, when I started this whole thing, it wasn't to make money. It wasn't to, I just needed something, and I needed to be better for myself, and I needed to have people to help me do that. And thank God, like, here I am almost 2 years later, and while yes, I'm not like at my goal weight where I would want to be, my positive mindset and my self-love is just, it's beyond where I could ever imagine it to be. And it's because of the women on this team. And with that, I will turn it over to Katie.
I don't know if there's a dry eye left in the house after that, Casey. Thank you for sharing. It's very powerful. Very powerful.
Well, shit, I can't follow that. Bye, guys.
Hi, Katie.
Hello, I'm Katie. Cheers to you, Casey. Badass mama. Whew. All right, let me collect my thoughts real quick. I'm Katie. I am from Ohio. I'm originally from Dayton area. I currently live in Athens, Ohio, though. I went to Ohio University, met my now husband the last month of my senior year at OU, and I am now a townie here in this lovely college town. My husband is kind of an event planner, and he's a DJ. So right now, when there's no events going on in the world, it's been a little tricky for us here. I am a third grade teacher, so I'm doing the whole distance teaching thing with my third graders, which has been quite the adventure. And we have a little girl named Parker who will be 3 in July, which is insane to me. How I kind of got started with Beachbody was 5 years ago. Last month I had my 5-year anniversary, which is also insane. But one of my coworkers was a coach, and she invited me to do a 21-day challenge group with her. We were gonna have this awesome group. It was gonna be so much fun. And I was like, sure. Like, I've tried literally everything else in the book. I've done the pills, I've done shakes, I've done personal trainers, I've done crazy like detox diets that you eat crazy things. Sure, I'll try your 21-day challenge and then I'll quit like I do everything else. Sounds good. But I like fully committed for those 21 days. It was the 21-day fix when it first came out on DVD. And I fell in love with the home workouts, the simplicity of the meal plan, and most of all, the community. Like, that is what really drew me in, is we had this challenge group of all these women. I only knew 2 of them were coworkers in the group. All the other ones were just random online Facebook friends that I got to meet. But it was so nice to just have the accountability each day, checking into those groups. And I was like, oh, like maybe this will work. So I decided, like, okay, I'll stick with it. I'll keep doing the shakes. And she told me, you should sign up as a coach. If you're gonna keep doing shakes, you have to sign up as a coach. And I was like, Jen, like, I love you, but no, like, that's not me. I don't talk to people about things. She's like, no, just like get the discount. It's fine. So I signed up for the discount. She was telling me about going to Summit that summer, like meeting all these people down in, I think they were one in Nashville that year too. And I was like, you're crazy. Have fun with that. I'm just gonna get my discount. Lo and behold, the following summer, I was in Nashville with all those crazy online friends. I really got sucked into the community once she added me to our coach group. And I will admit, I have definitely been like a roller coaster coach. I've had my highs with coaching, diamond coach, and I was, making some good money there for a while. And then I just kind of stopped. Things happen. You have a baby, and I've gone down and haven't made the money and done that. But what's been consistent the whole time is I'm always in our challenge groups. I'm still doing the workouts every single day, drinking shakes every single day. So like they kind of all said, like, yeah, the rank stuff is awesome. The money's awesome. But if I wouldn't have found this community, I don't know where I would be health-wise. But the fact that I show up every single day with workouts, my shakes, my Energize, because of these people and the friendships I've made, have just been amazing. I mean, I look forward to Summit every year, getting to see all these people that I only see online. Krista and I rode together to Nashville, my first Summit. Didn't know her. I was like, hey, I've met you on Facebook. I'll come pick you up in Cincinnati. Sounds good. So yeah, just being a coach for me hasn't been about the money and the rank stuff. It's been the accountability. Overall, I've lost 40 pounds from my absolute highest weight, which is crazy to me. But I honestly don't know where I would be if I didn't have just the community aspect of this versus, the other stuff. So I think that's it. I had a bunch of notes and I looked at like nothing that whole time. I just rambled. So did I answer all the questions, Courtney?
You did. That's how I am. Like I come to things with like a stack of notes and then I just talk. So you did amazing. Thank you so much to Katie, Kate, and Casey. So the theme was to pick people that had a name that started with a K. No, I'm kidding. That wasn't really like the plan, but I was like, okay, they all have names that start with a K. But anyway, thank you, ladies. You guys, what I really hope that you guys heard tonight were just everyone, you all have a story. It doesn't matter what your story is, but everybody has a story, and that really is the foundation for your coaching business. But like Katie ended with, it's about community. It's about having those people like Casey shared and Kate shared. It's like having the space where you can plug into. And I felt that too as a new mom and working full time and just feeling really unbalanced. Having this space on the internet that was like my happy place, where I could plug into and have people that really truly cared about me and had never, ever, ever met me in my entire life. And it's very unique. It's very driven by, we want to see everybody succeed. It's not just about, like Katie said, it's not just about working your way through the ranks and about the income, because at the end of the day, when you help other people reach their goals, you will reach your goals. And that's really what it boils down to. So I know we've kept you guys a lot longer than what we outlined this would take. But if you have any questions, you can either type them in the chat or feel free to unmute yourself and ask a question if you would like. And we could take a few questions like the next 5 minutes if you have a question. If not, we'll kind of.
I have the winner too.
Oh, I've got my husband over here serving me more margarita.
Go, Aaron Bell.
I know, right? This is the guy behind the scenes, you guys. I have 3 successful Beachbody coaches is a husband that
does the dishes.
Takes care of the family for an hour while you're on a call.
I have the winner if you want to before people jump off.
Yes. Okay. Krista wrote down the names of everybody that is not a coach yet. So Krista, if you could pull a name for me, that would be awesome. Yes. And I will connect with you to get your email address so I can send you a gift card.
Okay. So I entered the names into one of the virtual wheel pickers here.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Okay. Winner is Caitlin Richter. Caitlin Richter. Congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations, girl. Okay, so whoever invited Caitlin to this call, please give me her email address, or Caitlin, you can connect with me directly on Facebook and send me your email. There is a question on here. Stephanie's asking, I can't call you, like your name's coming up, Sebon. I swam with Gotchel. She's going to be Stephanie Gotchel. That's her maiden name, is Gotchel. If you've already been a coach before, that $40 fee can be waived again. Yes, as long as it's been at least 6 months since you were last for a coach, which is the case for you. So yes, that'll be waived. You'll pay it and then we'll reimburse it. Perfect. All right, Caitlin, just get in touch with me or have whoever invited you to send me your email address and I will hook you up, girl. Any other questions? Any of you guys have another question for us? Going once, going twice. All right, guys, thank you so much. Thank you to Krista and Dana for leading this call. And thank you to our coaches sharing, Kate, Casey, and Katie. We are so thankful for you guys, and everybody who is on this call, thank you for carving out time on your busy Friday night, right? Fitting us into your quarantine plans. We appreciate you, and we hope to see you over in our team pages. So good night, everybody.